Hello, I'm Micaiah Stevens. Let's give it a few seconds to catch up. So I saw this article on Microsoft Start, like in the Edge browser. You can just kind of get these news articles. And yeah, so let me get some water, get a few seconds for the stream to sort of catch up. But I saw this article and I thought, it's just really disappointing but interesting, and I thought it'd be a great topic. So it's not about I should have changed the tags, but it's not. This is the Science and Technology channel. Um, but yeah, so so anyways, the article reads, Apple, so Apple makes iPhone, whatever, gave new demos for the Vision Pro. The technology is fun, but some testers still don't see the point. And to me, it's like it just was like it's just unbelievable. Like I don't know who this person is. Like Hannah is like, and who are these testers? Honestly, right? I mean, who are these testers that don't see the point of this? And so this is what it looks like. And yeah, now okay, now for $3,500, right? That's one thing. And I should this square that price point. I mean, anything over $100 really puts it in a point in time where it's like this is like I would love to develop this sort of technology and be on the cutting edge of this technology. Um, but it just at that price point and how much money is being thrown at this, I can't do anything about it. So it's just like I'm a person that needs this technology, but then can't afford the technology. So that to me is, but it's going to come down in price, right? I mean, it's like the Quest Meta Pro is like $300 now or whatever. Um, but yeah, so um, and then let's see what else. Yeah, sneak peek. Yeah, so the eyesight feature. Yeah, I honestly don't. I don't really read these articles as much because I'm just like, I mean, honestly, you just read the headline and you can tell it's a complete garbage article. I mean, it's like the. I just nothing to say against Hannah. I don't know. I don't honestly don't read the article, but to me, it's like these like catchy, stupid, you know, you know. I guess people are just trying to grab attention, and it's just kind of moronic. And I feel like the world is falling apart because people just want to keep grabbing attention. They just try to keep, going more outrageous and more outrageous. But anyways, I was talking about a story about, I think, which really fits in with this is back in the day, almost 30 years ago, probably, oh God, maybe 20, 28 years ago, 29 years ago, I was at an arcade in Kirkland, Washington. So this is like Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter sort of era. And it's like you had a bunch of arcades, and hopefully this will quickly get to the point, but because I tend to ramble a lot, but it's my channel, so I can. That's the whole point, right? On these live streams, it's just to ramble and talk about things. But yeah, so I was at this arcade, and I was playing Mortal Kombat 1. Don't tell my mom, um, and Street Fighter and stuff like this, right? And I could see the technology advance, right? The technology was advancing and it was amazing, right? When you go out and you go to the old Godfather pizza places, and they would always, sometimes have old arcade machines like Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man. And yeah, maybe the screens are a little bit bigger because I don't know, they're different. Um, but yeah, the arcades are just, the graphics were getting better. The arcade machines were getting better. I mean, you had a four-player arcade machine as well, which is amazing. I love playing Legends on that, like, 10 years later. So the technology advances amazingly, right? And in this arcade, and again, so like I should talk about the cost, right? So the cost was really the limiting factor for me of this story, and still today. Um, to me, it's like this article can read, but testers, can't afford it, right? I mean, they just like be like that just should be their honest opinion. They can't afford it, and that's honestly to me, it's like if this was a piece of $100 maybe not if this was a piece of $100 sunglasses. I mean, people would be snapping this up left and right, and they'd get the point, right? It's just the cost is the problem, not the point. Anyways, so I would spend maybe 25 cents on an arcade machine, right? play a game, and I'd lose quickly. And my friend would be, I'd bring $20 and burn it in an hour. My friend would be in $1 and like, like, oh, I still have, I still have $20 left in my pocket that I could cash out for quarters, but I don't need to. I could just spend $1. I mean, the guy was that good, insanely good. Um, but so is a quarter, right? 25 cents. I mean, oh my God. I mean, they're probably $1 nowadays for an arcade machine alone. Um, but in that arcade was a couple like augmented reality VR. There's a full VR device, but it costs like $5 or $10. So I think I played it once or twice, and it was interesting. It was kind of old school. I don't remember what the game was. It kind of reminded me of like that old BattleTech, which probably would have been a really cool game. Like the Vector Tech would have been a really cool game to play on that. Um, but but there again, I didn't have the $2.50 to play. I mean, I would have been out in 5 minutes, right, if I would have played that game. And there again, like it, they just made the game over in 5 minutes because that's how arcade works. And it's like that business model was horrible. Honestly, it was a horrible business model. It wasn't the technology, right? It wasn't like what's the point of the technology? And that to me is like the stupidity of this is like if someone sat down and were like, "Oh, well, what's the point?" It's like, "Oh my God, you didn't get the point. You're in a virtual reality and you're like, instead of like looking at your character, you're actually in the first. It's like, what's the point of a first-person shooter versus an action RPG, a RTS? I mean, you don't see that point. I mean, it's like, really? You don't get the point of seeing yourself in a first-person shooter versus an RTS game. I mean, that's the difference, and the fundamental difference in these games and this technology is like you're in a first-person view. Um, and to me, it's like now, granted, I don't, know, I haven't, ever since the VR AR days, I haven't really got into that. I can't afford it, honestly. I'm still the broke kid who can't afford it. Um, but to me, I just feel like that, media people just don't get and it's like I really need to be a technology evangelist, right? Because it's like, it's people are like, well, what's the point? It's like, have you tried the technology? Do you know? Um, and there again, it's not for everybody. And yes, it's expensive, but that price is going to come down, right? I mean, the MetaQuest when it first came out was like $2 or $3,000, and now it's like $300-400. I mean, they're getting, and it needs to come down to like $100. It really needs to be so cheap that yeah. And there again, like, um, it's the business models, right? It's the the corporations are the problem, and they don't see, they don't see the point either. And it's like, oh my God, because you don't see you don't have the killer app. To me, I've had killer app ideas for these things, but just have never had the money or technology to really put forth. So I was thinking about talking about a few of those killer app ideas, um, and really, yeah. But honestly, you know, um, God, I saw this Facebook post about Star Trek. Like Star Trek was the epitome for killer apps, right? They showed. I feel like science fiction shows what There again, I don't have to tell you. Go watch science fiction. They'll show you what the killer apps are. I'm talking about killer app as in an app that would just blow it away, right? I mean, Xbox really needs a killer app like that where they can just one app, one game, like Halo was a game for the Xbox One, and they just haven't, Halo failed. I mean, the movie show's failing. It's like, oh my God, it's like I just talked about an hour about how Marvel is just threw away $100 billion because they didn't want to pay their actors $1 billion. It's like, or 2 billion or 5 billion or whatever what it cost them. I'm like, who cares? When you make $100 billion, you can afford to throw away a few $1 billion on people that got you there. Yeah. And there again, that's like Apple's problem, right? They're going to shelve this technology and throw away because they don't, they can't get it off the ground. I feel like this, to me, it's like maybe with the Vision Pro it'll be different, but yeah, it just, um, so yeah, I think the problem I feel like with the Vision Pro, and I definitely would love to try. I was like, yeah, I wish I had a $5,000 Apple Card limit because I'd buy it and return it, right? Because it'd be like, okay, I want to test it out for myself. And honestly, it'd probably be like, I love it, but I can't afford it. But the one thing I think about the Vision Pro is it would have to interact with my Windows PC. It can't just be a Mac only device. And I feel like that's what they're going to do. They're going to make it a Mac only device. And sure, that handles a million people. But if you really want to get to the $1 trillion device category, you got to put it out for more. I mean, Microsoft, I feel like, is making that change. That's another. I was thinking about AI, but I was thinking that's another change in the background. Is Microsoft, got out of their head out of their asses. I guess I can say that now because it's not meant for kids. But they got they woke up and said, I was thinking about checking out YouTube because I want to look at my stat screen, but they decided, look, we make products. We don't care who the product's for. Um, yeah, and it feels like they really got that the point of that and really um yeah, it just, they're saying, well, we're not I don't care if our Microsoft Office is on Apple. I don't care if it's on Google. I don't care if it's on, you know, whoever made that decision at Microsoft probably saved the company. And they're getting Bill Gates. I mean, it's so sad to, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. AI will change our lives and I mean, again, it's like you got idiots like this, you know, I mean, Bill Gates is smart. He reminds me, he's smart, he's intelligent, but he has no wisdom, no understanding. It's like he just doesn't get basic core concepts. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But to me, it's like he's going off that AI and VR and all this tech. It's like, no, it's not going to change our lives. It's going to make them far worse, I think. um, but anyways, but yeah. Um, but I feel like to me, but that's kind of the point of this article, I think, or this article, the point of this video and live stream is to talk about the technology. And again, people will probably flame me in the comments about this, but yeah. Um, anyways, God, I forgot what I was talking about. So, but yeah, so just in general, the technology, I feel like that, yeah. So I was talking about how Apple isn't going to understand the technology. They're not going to make it agnostic. They're not going to make it available on Windows. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but that's going to be their falling. They feel like, oh my God. I mean, there again, like to develop an Apple game right now, it's ludicrous, right? To me, it's like there's this this YouTuber, right, that talked about this recently. And I guess I can't. He's doing like a short of him. Um, I guess I can't show his short. I don't know. I probably shouldn't show his short, but anyways, he's God, he's the ex Blizzard short guy. Yeah, just search ex Blizzard short guy. I don't know. We'll Google that right now and see if we get a hit. Uh, and I always feel like I'm getting in trouble because I'm always like ex Blizzard YouTube short guy. Oh look, 4 billion Nigerians a legend, right? This guy. So yeah, he's who is this guy? What's his? I guess he calls himself Thor. David Fried? No, that's not him. Yeah, oh my God, Blizzard is just like. Oh, this is Asmongold. Yeah, so Asmongold is looking at this guy, but I think his name is Thor. I think. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So his name is Thor, and yeah. I mean, there again, Microsoft should just go and buy, um, you know, bring back, remake Blizzard. I mean, God. I mean, it's like if I was like, hey, Microsoft, you want to make tons of money? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me $1 billion. What? What? Oh, no, I swear, I'll give you $100 billion back. What are you going to buy? I'm going to buy Blizzard. We already bought Blizzard. No, no, no. You bought the shell of Blizzard. I want to buy Blizzard. I want to buy Mike Horham back. I want to buy, and then again, I don't know about the problems, but sorry, getting off track here. But anyways, oh, I should say welcome to the chat too. I feel like no one's going to watch these ever. I don't know. My chats are also, can't even see them. They're so small. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, so killer. So yeah, so I just feel like Apple is going to kill the technology because they're not going to let it run on. I hope I'm wrong. I swear to Bill Gates. I hope I'm wrong. Um, that I really wish that, I mean, Bill Gates would love it. Steve Ballmer would love it. He's like, oh my God, I now make $2 billion a year. Um, but yeah, but there again, it's like, all ships are, that's like the idea. All ships will rise when the ocean rises. It's like, they want to drain the ocean and all ships will fall. And it's like, okay, or they want to play in their little pond, you know, and try to think try to pretend like they're ponds in ocean. And it's like, it's garbage. It's not going to work. I mean, it's working for now, because you won the device war, but Microsoft, I don't know, Microsoft could have won that war, but they decided not to. They didn't come out with a killer app. They didn't come out with the technology, right? The Microsoft of old. I mean, that was just it, right? The Microsoft of old wanted to have the technology for themselves. They wanted to become Apple, and they're again like Steve Jobs. I mean, is amazing. I don't know what he did. I mean, I would like to understand it, but um, I mean, yeah. I mean, even I bought an iPhone. I blame my wife. I swear. I'm like, oh, someone loves it. No, it's just I can say I love you. Yay. Oh, hear me. Oh yes, there's a love. Anyways, lover. But yeah, so it's just Microsoft just of old, you know, tried to have siloed, tried to play in their own pond, and I feel like they just lost um, because of that. But now that they're letting everybody play in the pond, and I mean, there again, it's like to me, it's like with Steam, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, we're getting way off track here. Science and technology, but yeah. So I feel like the Vision Pro won't be good because they won't. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I'm hoping I'm wrong because it would be amazing. Um, Maybe they'll release it just on Mac and then they'll release it later on PC. But there again, that would be a huge mistake to start off. I feel like you're not going to sell as many products if you do that. I mean, I wouldn't even know what the numbers are, but I'm sure there's you know something like 10 billion. Like, I mean, well, I mean, Microsoft is being stupid with their Windows 10. Um, well, ending support for Windows 10, I should say. They should just keep support for Windows 10 for like 2 or 3 extra years. Um, because it's like you've got a dominance of 10 billion users. If you don't continue to support Windows 10, then you're going to lose 7 billion users. It's a fact. You're gonna and yes, I mean you can convert, I don't know, a billion of those users to Windows 11, and yes, you have 2 billion users on Windows 11. Amazing, but it's not 10 billion. Microsoft really has the potential now, if they don't muck it up, to they own all the devices in all the world, and Apple is a drop in the bucket compared to them and device categories. And I feel like they're expanding that to even more because now they actually include Apple products. To me, it's like you say, oh well, I have 10 billion products, 10 billion devices. Well, now you have 20 billion devices. It's like that's what's making Microsoft amazing right now, and their investment into AI, remote work. Yeah, I mean, I looked at Microsoft the other day for a job. There was 1,000 remote work jobs. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. I can't. I could probably do a few of them, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. Their categories in job searching is horrible. It's like this trillion-dollar company can't even put together an HR website. I guess how can they come up with a killer app if they can't come up with a killer HR website? I guess that's a foregleam into but yeah, so to me it's like you got to get the platform out there on devices, and you got to get it out there. You got to get the device on every platform. You got to make it work for Windows. That's their problem. Now, Microsoft apparently, I'm not sure the extent of what happened. I need to look at it. So Microsoft killed their AR platform, and it's like I just that's what I've read. God, I wouldn't even know how I mean, it's like I need to reach out to my Microsoft contacts and say, hey, did Microsoft really kill AR? Let's Google that, I guess. Did Microsoft kill AR? Yeah, Microsoft announced in December 2000 that Windows Mixed Reality is officially deprecated and removed in the future release of Windows. So I don't know what that means. The Windows Mixed Reality. Um, yeah, what is? I mean, what does that mean for their AR device? Microsoft's AR device. What is their AR device? The HoloLens? Yeah, it's mixed reality technology. So it's like, does this mean that this HoloLens is dead? I mean, yeah. It just, the problem is the cost of the technology. That's the number one problem. I think Facebook understands that. There are, you know, and it's like, I mean, Microsoft should get this, right? They have the Xbox. They sell it at a massive loss because they sell games. And that's the point. It's like that's why the killer apps become devices. Well, I mean, devices don't feel like they're selling at a loss anymore, but and these companies are probably not selling their platforms at too great of a loss, but they really need to, right? I mean, for the next Xbox, they should say, look, we're going to give $1 billion, just give away the Xbox 3, the Xbox, 9,000 or whatever you want to call it. Give it away for free, give it away for $100, you know, like, PlayStation 6, $500. Oh, sell it for $300, right? Give it away and Microsoft would win. You know, you invest, and there again, like people just don't seem to want to invest. It's like it's almost as sad as the Great Depression for me. The Great Depression happened because people refused to spend money. They refused to spend money, so therefore people couldn't work, they couldn't get jobs, therefore they couldn't spend money. It's like this cyclical cycle of, and maybe it's a naive approach to it that in an area I didn't live in. I'm not in economics. I should. I wish. It's one of those areas I love so much. It's what I do. It's if I had to guess, I have economics, right? If I had to guess, hate my company is formed on economics, technology, and usability, and then access, right? So those are the four. I should write that down. That sounds amazing. Um, um, brum, bum, bum, game Hamlet. No, let's just go into game development. Yeah, so let's create a new. Oh yeah, this is different, but let's just say Haven Studios is formed on um, usability. Let's put usability first. Usability, economics, knowledge, and access. Right? I mean, that's the four fundamental. And so we're talking about, well, and technology, right? Maybe technology. Uh, I feel like access is usability is part of the access, right? Access is really the primary um, domain. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah. So to me, and we're talking about technology. So this video is clearly talking about technology. So usability is the ability to see and interact. You know, being blind. So I'm legally blind. So that's usability. Is economics is our game philosophy. Um, you know, make the game fun, but also real. Knowledge is, systems that teach and try to understand, and then technology um, is how we build our games. Right now it's Unity, Power Apps. We talk a little bit about, and then it's like C sharp, right? C sharp. And then again, under technology, you have this subcategory of, the HoloLens. I would love to develop a HoloLens game, a meta game, a Vision Pro, right? Um, and then again, like, so part of this, part of me for me is like technology becomes, I have a Dell Alienware with a 32-inch TV and a 50-inch TV, right? That's my setup, and this is I believe it's an AMD. yeah, I think I went with an AMD. Oh, here, let me computer. Yeah, system information. Yeah, so we're on Windows 11 Pro. That's one of the reasons I went to. Yeah, so we're on an Alien Ryzen R14. So we're on a AMD Ryzen R14, and I think it's got 64 gigs of RAM right now. Yeah, right there. Yeah, 64 gigs of RAM. 64 gigs. Which there again, I want to go to like 256 gigs or whatever. And that's my dream machine. And then too, I'd love a second machine as an Intel, I don't know, Alienware, I guess, or some crap, right? Again, with like 128 gigs minimum. Uh, and then I also like some AR tech, right? We got the X band, X real. I mean, whatever it is, X real. Uh, and then this to me would replace my monitors, right? Would replace my TVs. Um, and then so we're talking about vision. We're talking, with the the we're talking about vision. We're talking about comfortability, ability. Um, and the division is like, and then let's say Minecraft, right, with the hollow lens. I would love to try this out, right? I mean, if I can play, I mean, I've tried the phone. The phone sucked, right? As the surface had to be so specific, you couldn't play in bed, right? I love playing my tablet at night for an hour. I've got a Samsung. It feels like I'm bragging, but I've got a Samsung. I don't know, what is it. I don't know, a Galaxy, you know, 7 or something like that. That has a 16-inch tablet. It's an insane tablet. Cost $1,000 at the time. Now it's like pretty much worthless. But Samsung, I don't know what it's a Samsung something or other. You know, we can find it real quick here on Google. It's a Samsung tablet, right? Oh God, come on. Yeah. And there again, do I have to fight with my monitors? Hopefully not. Samsung Galaxy tablet. Yeah, it might be the S9 Ultra. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, yeah. It might be the S8. Um, yeah, it might be a cheaper. Let's say, is an S8. Feels like it's an S8. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's probably an S8 or something like this. Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi version. Yeah, so this thing's like massive. God, it's only $400. I mean, wow. I was just thinking about like, oh, my mom really needs a new tablet. And I was like, here's this tablet. Um, get rid of this one and get rid of this. And God, why is my internet sucky? Oh, I guess I'm streaming, so it's like, yeah, I guess that's. But it feels like to me, it's like you look at my OBS here. I'm using OBS, by the way, to yeah, it's like I've got, you know, three kilobits, 2,600 kilobits. Yeah, I mean, I'm using 0.2% of my CPU, and I'm at 60 FPS. So it's like, yeah, drop frame zero. I mean, that's what I'm like. Oh God, I hate my internet. And it's like, yeah, yeah. So here it is. Yeah. So this is probably. I feel like it's probably it. Yeah. I mean, thing's massive. Yeah, yeah. This is probably it. So it's a. Oh, this is the S9. Of course, it's the S9. Oh, never mind. I didn't. Oh, yeah, these. Oh wow, that's so cheap. That's $16 a month. God, that's so cheap. Anyway, so it's something like that, right? It's a Galaxy Tab, S something or other. Galaxy Tab, um, Galaxy Tab 8, 8/9, something or other. And then this is Samsung. Yeah, so yeah, so I'd love to try out the HoloLens. And to me, it's like I see the point, right? I haven't even tried the technology, and I see the point. I guess that's what the point of this video is like. Oh my God, I'm nothing to do with Hannah and her article. I should probably read it, but I see the point, right? It's like this is to me, it's like the technology stack. Technology is where I'm at right now, and this is where I'd love to be. Now I spent, God, I must have spent like $2,000 on this, right? It, or 1,500 or something. It was god awful expensive for me right now. But it's like I just, this was like 10 10 years too late. I mean, yeah. Um, anyway, so yeah, but yeah, so I mean, getting a second machine. But there again, to me, it's like, well, now can I get a laptop, right? A laptop with a VR headset, right? I mean, that's like to me, it's like my second machine. I'd love to, be able to. I mean, I guess, but with the option of plugging it in. I mean, I wouldn't get rid of my monitors. I feel like I wouldn't get rid of my monitors um, because I mean, I would always just keep a backup 32-inch, right? There again, I would love maybe one of those new uh, hollow, those, like, and there again, like to me, it's like, this is like technology that's 20 years old. I mean, look at CES recently. Like, look at their God, the wireless TVs. I mean, what is it? Is this what's the new? Not the wireless TV, but the wireless projection TV at CES. I mean, it's like, oh my God, whatever this. I guess I can't find it correctly, but yeah, yeah, translucent TV, right? So this is, yeah, you can sort of see it in the little image over here, but it's like it allows you to see an AR image. I mean, it's like, oh my God, if that's the technology, I mean, okay, so if we can display hologram hologram on a table as a TV, I mean, what kind of games could we develop with that, right? It's like, wait. So you're saying to me you can make a hologram on a TV, and that's like the prop. Like, okay, wait. So you're saying the HoloLens can be displayed on a flat surface that you can see. Oh my God, right? Like when you're looking at the Microsoft's demonstration of the HoloLens, you're like, well, we got all these special cameras and da 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 da. It's like they come up with this elaborate plan for you to see what the HoloLens looks like. But if you could just like say, hey, it's like, oh my God, what's that TV show, right? That movie with God, it's with what's his name? It's the worst TV show. It's not Ben Affleck, but oh God, what's his name? His friend's name. Um, it's God, it's so horrible. Um, God, Daredevil basically. Um, like it's not Daredevil recently, but it's the horrible Batman. Who has played Batman? God, I forget his name. It's not George Clooney. God, there again, my brain's like George Clooney. No, like Batman. Ben Affleck. Oh, it's Ben Affleck, right? So I'm thinking of Ben Affleck. So Ben Affleck played yeah, yeah. So he played Batman, but he had a movie a long time ago, right? Um, God, I mean, it's just like yeah. I mean, this is what I love about technology and how, um, oh God, what was it called? It was called, wow, wow. Ben Affleck's more movies. Someone must hate Ben Affleck. Um, it was called God. They don't even have the Ben Affleck movie where he's with the Ben Affleck with a reverse. He's a reverse engineer, basically, right? He's a reverse. Yeah, it's called Paycheck from 2003. Yeah, someone must hate Ben Affleck. I mean, really? I mean, come on, Ben Affleck, get to yeah. So it's a movie called Paycheck. Yeah, so it's like, is it not Ben Affleck? Yeah, it's Ben Affleck and Aaron Eck. Oh my God, it's Aaron Eckhart. I just saw him in The Core, and yeah, and it's got Uma Thurman. But anyways, there's a scene in there where he steals a piece of technology and he reverse engineers it, right? And he's like, well, that's interesting. So he steals this technology for this. And they're like, he's like, okay, I built this technology. It's a TV, right? And he's like, well, I was looking at it and I'm like, we don't need the housing. So he removes the entire housing and shows a VR, an AR, with again an augmented reality. It's a holodeck, right? It's a holodeck. I mean, that's my question. If you don't see the point, do you see the point of a holodeck? To me, it's like, I mean, a holodeck is not VR, right? A holodeck is not VR. That's To me, it's like that's the question, right? A holodeck is AR, and if you can't see the point of that, I mean, it's pointless, right? You're like, okay, well, you can't see the point of technology, honestly. Um, but yeah, I mean, holodeck would be the ultimate killer app. I mean, it's like, oh my god. And to me, it's like Star Trek is like, yeah, you're saying to me you have this technology and you're not using it. It's like, yeah, it's just like really. I mean, oh my god, the implementations of holodecks, like, and there again, like the new, it's why did it take you to the 27th century? I mean, if Apple and Microsoft were still around, I mean, to me, it's like, I imagine like when the Hirogen attacked Voyager, if there was a holodeck ship there, I mean, it's like, you know, it just would have been insane. You could have said, okay, spawn me 10,000 soldiers, and it's like, and turn off the safeties, and there again, I don't know, come up with some. I mean, there again, you also need to come up with some technology that can you could shoot, you know, in your ship. Anyways, I'm getting way off track here, but I guess I'm not, because that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, take the technology and be creative with it. It's like, okay, so if you invented a technology where you can shoot a gun that everybody can have, and you can replicate in the holodecks, that shoots an energy-based weapon that all your systems are immune to, it's like you could just like wipe people out. I mean, you try to invade a ship like that, it's like, no, you better take out the power of this. And there again, the only way that stops is if you take out the power of the ship. And yes, you could take the ship section by section, but oh my god, that would be the worst battle in human history if every single section of the ship was a battle with 1,000 soldiers, right? It's like you're like fighting the Borg at that point, and you would lose, right? I mean, oh my God, like if you had that technology, you would lose. I mean, again, same with Iron Man. If you had that technology, you would lose. I mean, after Age of Ultron, I mean, no person could have taken Earth after Age of Ultron if Iron Man would have just applied the technology correctly. And they're again in the right hands, not in Ross's hands. Anyways, but yeah, getting a little off track here. So to me, it's like the I am, but really that's the point of what I'm trying to explain is technology is unbelievable. Yes, in the right hands, in the right understanding of how technology works. I mean, that's what Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and I feel like Nadeem, the not Nadeem or whatever his Satya, God, what's his the CEO of Microsoft, right? I don't know. Yeah, Satya Nadella. I feel like this guy is actually smart and intelligent, and is, I mean, just, I mean, it's like, even if he's not, right? Let's say he's not. I'm not trying to put him down. Let's say he's not. He is put together a team of people that are. And I feel like there's a quote from a CEO, someone, I wonder if it was Ballmer or someone, the previous CEO of Microsoft, that said, I realize I'm not the smartest person in the room. What I do is I go out and hire the smartest people in the room, and that's my skill, is managing the smartest people in the world. And I feel like, but I do feel like in just talking to him and well, listening to him, I should say, I've never actually talked to these people, but in listening to him, I feel like he is an amazing, smart person. But there again, to me, it's like, but I feel like to me, it's like, let's go a beam and then, like, say CEO of Microsoft, right? It's like, yeah. So I mean, we do get, but it's like, it's kind of like, but look at that versus this. I mean, it's like, oh my God, it's like, I mean, you talk about like, um, yeah. Oh, interesting. I guess up here, but yeah, I should say like, how long has he been CEO? Okay, so yeah, so this is. Oh my God, really? Well, that was depressing. Okay, well, there again, like, why is? I mean, oh my God, why are you? Oh my God, it's like to me, it's like, okay, well, let's say let's say how long has CEO of Microsoft, you know, yeah, so February 2014. So it's like it just feels like, but it's not like, oh hey, let me. I mean, this is garbage. Like, what would you? It's like you're taking my focus away for something and it's like, what? Now, how do I? It's like, oh my God, right? It's like, I get that, but it's like that's unnerving. Like a phone, I guess, but it's like, I don't know. It's we there again, we read from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. I feel like that's the problem there for me. Um, yeah, and there again, it's like these to me, it's like you know, it just needs to be like, if that's what people do, like, and there again, I'm not saying I'm saying as in America, as in the people that I'm around, read from top to bottom. Now, if you come up in here and I click on Micaiah and I say settings and I say, hey, I want to read from bottom to top, then it's like, okay, this makes sense to me. But yeah, and maybe it's the web technology that's stopping you. But to me, it's like, I want to say, who is the CEO of Microsoft, right? And for Google, and it's like it gives me his picture. Yes, it doesn't give me these cool, like, I don't know if I say what's his net worth. Oh my God, yes. Well, no, there we go. Yeah. So, and there again, like, why am I so small? Like, look how big this is over here. Why am I so small? It's like I don't need to zoom in. I'm already at 100%. It's like, yeah, it's like what, like, why is Google? I guess this is. Oh, this is Edge. Uh, Like, yeah, it's like, what is all this? Like, why is all this wasted space here? And I have to zoom in even further? I mean, it's like, what the hell? I mean, it's like, this. I have a 32-inch monitor, and again, if this is on an AR and a 50-degree I mean, what's it going to look like? Oh, it looks a little bit better, but yeah, it still looks, it's about 30% bigger because it's bigger, but it's just as bad. I mean, it should, you know. Oh my God! And then yeah, now it can't even. Wow, it can't even fit on the screen. Yeah, it's like I can't even get. There we go. Now that fits on the screen, but then it doesn't fit over here. Yeah, no, this is like honestly Visual Studio, right? To me, it's like This is like the difference between Visual Studio and Code. Um, God, I don't think I have a. Here, we'll just I don't know. God, I can't even. Okay, well, let me just say I have a piece of code here. Game mouse. That's yes, yeah. Um, to me, it's like, yeah. I mean, it feels a little frustrating. I guess it feels a little frustrating, but yeah. I mean, I guess I don't have yeah. But you look at code. I don't think I have VS Code installed. Yeah, I do. And then you say new file, right? Oh, here, let me let me do something different. Let me go over here and let me say open with, and I think I can say VS Code, right? Choose another app. God, I can't even. There we go. Visual Studio Code. Just once. Um. Oh my God. You're trying to. No, I'm good. God, it's really. So you can't zoom, and the only way you can zoom in here. Um. Yeah. Oh God. How do I get the? Yeah, and I can't even control the window. It's like, really? No, I'm good. Yeah, I can't even control the window. I mean, it's how stupid VS Code is. To me, it's like I can't even control the window. Like, yeah. I think the problem maybe there we go. Yeah, that's the problem. So yeah, it's not there we go. So now we can control the window, but I feel like you can't. So I feel like what you have to do, and it's been a long time. Um, But to me, it's like the point being is, the tools that we're going to want to use are going to have to understand that, yeah. And if I want to change the font, let's say I'll change it to 20 or something. Yeah. Okay. Then we're good. And then what does that look like for here? Oh no. How do I get back to my code? My code. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah. And then, God, how do I? I'm good. Thank you. There we go. So I mean, it's okay, but yeah, I guess I'm just missing a scroll wheel. And there again, I was like, okay, well that didn't work. So now I got to say, okay, what's 30? Um, and again, it's just simple testing. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, now it's got to be 25. And it's like, oh my God, 25. Code's actually one of those really annoying. Yeah, so it's like but to me, it's like it's kind of, um, God, where am I at? Yeah, so here, um, it's just, amazing that I could just be like, okay, cool. Maybe, some days I'm like, okay, and some days I'm like, okay, I'm down to this. And but it's like it's just, yeah, the interaction, right? So interaction with the device is like super crucial. Um, yeah, and then just how that, yeah, how that thing operates. And there again, like, I mean, this is just like this is stuff that I always feel like I'm fighting with, about Windows. Like now, yeah. See, like this is what I guess the problem for me was it's like it was above, but why? I mean, it feels like to me it's like why was Visual Studio? God, I don't even see it now. Oh, I guess it's over here. Yeah, why was this above the window like that? Why is that even a thing? It's like it shouldn't do anything like that. It's like when it first starts, it shouldn't do that. And again, on a VR device, it's even worse. God, I can't even. Yeah, honestly. And there again, this seems cool, but it doesn't work often. But I mean, it does. I mean, I really wish. Yeah, but when I come over here, yeah, it somewhat works. But like, I don't know if I take a screen. Yeah, like from no, this is a different screen. God, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a screen that was here. Let's take this one, drag it over here, make it full screen, and then drag it over here. See how it's like that massive, but then I drop it here. Oh God. Okay. So if I drop it here, it's still, yeah. And then if I do this, okay, of course it works. Some apps don't respond to that. So yeah. So I mean it's like that's just, technology you're gonna have to figure out. God, here again, it's like, yeah, like the dual monitor support in Windows 11 sucks. I mean, that's the clear definition of what I'm trying to explain here. Um, yeah. So you know, this is like C, paycheck, and the craziness of that reversed, TV scene. And to me, it's just like, yeah, it just, maybe I should like pull it up, but yeah, it's just like, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I mean, I should just say, who cares about the rules? If I get in trouble, then I get in trouble. It's like, yeah, um, there's no monetization. There's no money in this. This is just me doing it for fun right now. At some point, I'd like to, like, I'd like to be able to, um, but I mean, I don't know, make a couple dollars, but yeah. But there again, I feel like I'm gonna have to do like Patreon and other stuff to really, um, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I love Visual Studio Code. So, or not Visual. I love Visual Studio. I hate Visual Studio Code. Yeah. So, but yeah, to me, it's like, can this fit somewhere? But yeah, we didn't even talk about the killer apps. So, that's a killer app, right? This is a killer app, for that technology. Like if they can do that, then that's the killer app for that technology. It's like, yeah, I mean, but there again, but having a 200-inch TV is great, but if it costs, you know 200, I mean, if it costs like $200,000, who cares, or a 200-inch TV, you know, how can you manage, move, maintain, take care of that, right? It's just like it's pointless. Um, it's just like, yeah, I mean, maybe you just, that's the thing about like buying a $1 million mansion. It's like you have to have almost $1 million to support the mansion because, you just have to maintain, take care of. I mean, I'm not quite Reacher, but I'm not quite, I don't care about money in that respect. Would I love a 100-inch TV? Sure, but I think I have a 65-inch mounted on my wall, but I don't tend to use it. And I really, there again, so yeah, so let's talk about my 65-inch, right? It's unmanageable for me as I hate the Roku interface. I need a media PC, right? So that's a cast. I mean, there is a technology out there, and I just don't use it. But that's part of the yeah. Let me say like new note. We'll call this the developer studio. So to me, what we're really talking about is our developer studio right here. From everything to here is here is really talking about the developer studio. So it's like how. So to me, it's like I use Unity, Visual Studio, Community because I'm broke. 2020. I think I use. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't. Visual. I think Visual Studio. Where are we at here in terms of Visual Studio? Visual Studio. Oh yes, Bean. Go forth, Bean. Oh yeah, and we're at. Oops. Sorry. We're at 100%. So yeah. So here's Visual Studio, and where are we at? Yeah, yeah. So GitHub Copilot. Yeah. So I don't know if that's. Yeah, I don't care about the previews nowadays because it's like I'm working in development, brand. So yeah. So at the community, I feel like I have this right. So let me say the Visual Studio installer. God, the installer is also like, look at this installer crap. It just. But there again, like the installer is like, my God, what's wrong with you people? You cannot build a. I mean, it's Microsoft and they can't build an app on their device. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, so I don't know if this is do I have GitHub Copilot on here? I don't know if that's a thing. Um yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I guess I don't. Okay, let me do GitHub Copilot. Yeah. How to support what? No, no, no. I'm good. Maybe maybe that's what I'm not using Copilot, so maybe that's I'm like I in Writer and it's like the ability like there again like one of the things I with Writer, right? So Writer, oh God, come on. Don't take over. I don't care. I mean, put it on the second monitor for all I care. Writer has the ability to take a piece of code and create a file with it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the ability, the Visual Studio to do that. Oh, yeah, here again. Oh man, this is what I hate about like, oh hey, and like why just random pages? And I'm like, oh, now I'm never gonna see that picture again. But it's basically the XR. Uh, yeah, yeah, $6,000 for a 100-inch. It's like, oh my God. But yeah, but there again, I don't feel like that's necessary for me. Oh, and here again, the curved TVs, yeah, and then there again. Oh, here's the Tom's Hardware Guide. I should actually read that. Here, let me update all to you. Just to anyways, what were we doing? God, I forgot. Um, uh, I don't know. Anyways, I totally forgot what I was doing because I got distracted. Of course. Anyways, we don't need that. Don't need that. Um, yeah, the installer, go to town. I don't know why I'm using the 2019. Um, yeah, I really should just switch to 2022 and uninstall the 2019. But yeah, yeah. So I was talking about the Visual Studio installer. So it's like it's like, oh my God, like why do they not? Yeah, this feels like a rant. This is like rants incoming. But yeah, it's just that's the technology. I mean, to me, it's like you know, you really need to support technology on all devices and make it work. Um, and to me, it's like I'm in a 1376 format, right? That's, you know, it feels like oh, yeah. And there again, I don't understand why like this, you can see the size difference here, but this window is not my primary window. So I don't understand. Like this is my primary window. Uh, yeah, I like this, like, yeah. So monitor connection, I hate that. But yeah, so anyways, I'm saying the display is 1366 by 768. And that's what we do 24/7. And yes, I'm at 120. I feel like my scale 125% is what Visual Studio is failing on. If I had to guess, I'd say it's failing on that because it doesn't realize that the scale 125, is scaling the UI to fit. There again, like that's Haven Studios. That's one of the core technologies, the core pillars of Haven Studio is usability, because that's my bread and butter. That's what I have to deal with 24/7. So, anyways, I thought I was going to go somewhere and I totally forgot now. But anyways, oh, can I just go? Oh, was I gonna Google? No, I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, I can get some semi work done, and if I can get Copilot up and running, that might be interesting. So Writer has the ability to take a piece. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Oh, okay, God, I remember now. I was gonna Google. Yeah, I was gonna Google something. Well, now I remember. I was gonna Google if Visual Studio Community has the ability to split off a code into a new file. Yeah, how to vertically split. Yeah, yeah, vertical split code. Split off code. Yeah. Like, what if I, bean it maybe, and it's probably going to be just as stupid, right? Yeah. Vertical split code. It's like, oh my God, that's not what I'm asking for. Oh, here we go. How do I spit? Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. What are you doing? Oh, I guess that would make sense. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. I can't do that. But I guess they're just talking about, oh, well, just open up a new tab. Well, duh. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's garbage. Like writer, you just select a piece of code, right? You select, there again, like, it'd be nice. I just did this, right? So over here, it'd be nice if um, hey, um, I took this and I said, okay, I want to, you know, split this off. Oh, extract currencies. Oh my God. Uh, Usability. Oh, here. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Can I do this? Enter to create. Oh my God. Bam. Yeah. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. And now I could do like economics, right? And I could say da 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 da. I really wish there was a faster way to yeah. So now we're talking. This is yeah. So this is now we're into the knowledge, right? So and then here again we'll do economics, knowledge, and technology, right? And then to me, it's like we go to technology, and really technology is right here, right? This is the technology, and then I'd say this is the uh, development development studio. Well, I mean, really, the development studio, um, yeah, is just linking to that. And then here, yeah. So I can just now say, okay, well, all this I want to extract into development, yeah, into the development studio. Oops. Yeah, and then okay, and then we can say, hey, we're good here, and then I just click here, and then yeah, cool. I really wish I could do is now just take this and I really wish there was a way to take this. So now, technically, what I need is a folder called Technology, and then so I can put the technology under here and this is Development Studio under here, and then I want to say, yeah, unfortunately, the only way I can think to do this now is say this is technology here, always update, and then that would put it up front, which I wish there was a better way to do that. I wish I could just organize files. Oh God. Yeah. So anyway, so under Haven Studios now, you can go to Technology, which is here. Um, yeah, and then which is that. Yeah. So unfortunately, it's like, oh wow, God, come on. I hate how it's like, like why would you do that? I mean, I'm holding it under the folder. Why would you kick it out of the folder? I guess some programmer somewhere. And there again, like it's just some programmers like, oh wow, I love the idea that you do this and it kicks it out of the folder. I'm like, I don't. Oh my God, if I even, oh, I guess I released it. So how do I? God, oh, like you could do that too. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. So I mean, I just feel like technology's kicking my ass, and I have no idea why. Here, let me boot up some Unity, some hub here. I got to check this out. God, where would we go? Where do you guys want to go today? Oh my God, there's nothing in hub. Oh yes, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a God. Chat's gonna be like, oh my God, you're horrible. I can't listen to you. I'm so betting my first chat comment's gonna be, oh my God, you're so horrible. I don't want to. I don't want to talk to you anymore. God, we also need to get out that Hamlet video. Yeah, anyways, but let's move on. So, yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess technology is passing me by because I can't afford it. And then again, we're already into the 2023 beta. But yeah, I think that's one thing I'm happy about is I'm not in the Microsoft 12 beta. I mean, I can't afford to do it anymore. It's like if Microsoft wants to hire me, although I was in the beta a long time ago and they gave me a free copy. Yeah, so it's like that's amazing. So, but yeah, I just oops, I removed all my projects because I felt like they're um getting a little overwhelming. God, I don't know. What do we want to do today, kids? Mm, Kylord is really exciting. The Lua is really exciting. The Power Apps was really exciting. Um, this is the current thing I was working on. I guess we're gonna boot up the Carford inventory. Yeah, yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I wonder. Well, and now I have to remove the project, but um, yeah, I wish there was a way to. I don't know. Yeah. So carpet inventory. So the story about this is yeah. So I was trying to learn Power Apps, which is like a Microsoft piece of technology to develop. I don't know web-based content. I'm not sure how to describe it, but yeah, it's a kind of it's the idea that knowledge could fit into that system at some point. It could be the home for knowledge, and it's a instead of just focusing on Unity, because I'm a master at Unity right now. That's just yeah. I feel like like I'm a senior level Unity developer that has no job. But yeah, so I saw this sort of you know um, product demo, this design doc on the Power Apps about what they're going to do, and they're like, here's all the technology, and I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. Let's develop that, and it just went crazy. Yeah, so yeah, so it just kind of went crazy from there. I really wish I could say like Unity add, start, and then it would just dump that in there. But yeah, start and update. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I almost feel like at some point in time, I'm on my God, I'm on, it's like almost at some point in time, it's like I know the product so well. It's like I'm starting to say, okay, how can I make Unity better? It's like I'm like the only way I can do that. I'm like, don't show this again. Oh, this GitHub Copilot is part of, so I'd have to add my GitHub account, which it feels reasonable, but the problem is like I don't know. I work on 1,000 projects, and so to me it's like, yeah. Here again, so this is a self-contained. It's pretty simple. Let me show you this demo so we can feel like you're not, I don't know, people care or not care, but yeah, I always love it when you're talking, you're like, just show me a demo. like every 5 minutes. So this is pretty simple. It takes carpet products. Now that it's on the internet, it even works more, and it has a lot of issues. But it takes this carpet products, um, yeah, which is just how I kind of set up my phone devices now. And it's like, oh, this is Santa Stone beige or whatever, which is a carpet. It's $8 a foot or whatever. Um, yeah, so 18-inch by 18-inch carpet tiles. Yeah, yeah, da 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 da, and it has this, URL that can pull the image from what it looks like and the data, and it reads it from Excel file. So now if you click, oh, hello, you should be able to, oh, there's an error somewhere. Okay. Oh, well, that's probably, yeah, why is it erroring out? Unperform action, remove all listeners. Okay, well, that's interesting. UI products. Huh. Feels like it's here. Let me get out of full screen. I feel like, oh, oh, is that never working in the first place? Huh. Do you have to say new Unity event? God, Noel is such a. I say I'm a master, but yeah, some things are just a little. Okay, there we go. Now we can say next product. Yeah, okay. Some reason it just flipped. I guess that because of the fact that where toggle content. I don't know. And this, it shouldn't. I guess it errors out. It errors out and boots, right? It should say, there again, this errored out and returned, and you don't get that, but I guess that's what happened is it errored out, like, can we throw an error, you know um throw uh system dot not handled, uh not not handled exception, throw exception, throw, I don't know, not implemented exception, right? So if you do this, oh god, how do you do this? Yeah, sorry, I'm like, anyways, I don't know. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, here, let me just. But yeah, so then this, like, here, let me, like, I feel like if you put a break here, maybe it's just easier to do it this way, right? Patch Unity. Oh my God. Really? What's your problem? Catastrophic failure. Well, that's just exciting. It's going to continually show that. Of course it is. God, what is it? Catastrophic failure? Real Visual Studio? Just because I updated you to Copilot, you're going to have a catastrophic failure? That's probably just a, brum, bum, bum. What version? I feel like, are we, about? Here we go. We're on, yeah, 2022. So it's like the latest. Okay, so if I hit start, it seems like I just rebooted Visual Studio. Is happy. Yeah, see, it didn't. Yeah, it never got to that breakpoint, right? So to me, it's like if you get to this, oh, it actually get to this breakpoint, and then run again. Yeah, so that's, yeah, so you can see, like, it errors out here and then breaks. So that to me is like when this, right, right, it's right. So we we threw an error. So we crashed, right? I don't know why it makes it red. It's like, no, 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 don't. So to me, it's like what you can do is like what I was trying to do is just do the try. Um, it's like, it feels like at some point in my life, do I have to do this for every single piece of code? And it's like, oh my God, like every piece of code has to do this. And it's like, I don't know, I should watch the video. Code Monkey has a new video about errors. But yeah, so now if I attach to Unity, here, let me get exception. No, system dot exception. I don't know why. EX, and then just say Unity engine.debug.log warning ex 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 message. Yes. That's the thing that I hate about AI. It's like, hey, it understands, but then my brain's like, meh, 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 meh. It's like, yeah. And why are we not logging the? Are we not seeing in the warning? But why are we not continuing? So to me, it's like, okay, well then why are we not getting to? Why are we not getting here? I feel like it's the question. Yeah, so you are, I guess, but you're not. I guess you're not applying the breakpoint. Really? I mean, come on. We're attached to Unity, and it's like, no, you're not. Yeah. So there again. So it's getting now. Because we've caught that exception, we're now getting to the rest of the code. So I feel like that's a major flaw in a lot of code. So it's like, yeah, to understand, why it's like, wait, why, it's like to me, it's like, there again, like you don't understand. It's like, you're catching this error, right? God, I don't know how to stop this from happening, right? If you're just like, okay, so I want to remove all listeners, um, and when you run the code, um, yeah, it's like you're like, okay, my next product's broken, so it's like, okay, well, so next product is part of this bottom button, so you're like, find all references, it's like, and you're like, huh, okay, well, this is good, okay, so I mean, you could put a breakpoint here and not understand that you're not getting to that break point, and you're like, okay, why am I not getting to that break point? But yeah, um yeah, and it's just really here. So really what happened is this is a Unity event is null. So, and there again, I what often people will just do is they'll do that. And yeah, and there again, like often too with my toggle content here is I'll do this. I'll do the question mark dot invoke instead of just doing the there again, like, so another problem to me, it's like if you do this, you'll get another error, right? And then here, let me try catch this error. This will be another error, right? Because um, um, yeah, because there again, like this toggle content is down to here, but if I try to call that, you'll get an error that says it's not defined. Yeah, object reference not sent to an instance of an object, and you double click here. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is, I don't know. I feel like this is yeah, this is like a log cat crap that doesn't show you your errors, but essentially it's this error right here. Like if we attach debug stop attach to content. I don't know, I have to do this every time. Yeah, so it's like, hey, the message is not set to an object. And there again, so like to me, it's like, can you do this? Yeah, see, it's not stop debugging. To me, it's like that's a little unfortunate, but you have to do this dot invoke, um, which is, yeah, so the system.action has an invocable. And then again, like if you don't understand invokes, then yeah, I mean, you got this GitHub example where, yeah, but Simmons, really, they should have put a comma. Or again, like, um, can I make a comment? I mean, it's almost exactly like, here's a comment to GitHub on this specific page. And there's probably a way to say that, but to me, it's like you should always include the I guess that's what the comma does, right? So that's like this code here. Let me copy this. I've heard of this like Chat GPT features. Let me say chat GPT. I don't know, whatever it's called. Yeah, OpenAI Chat GPT, and then say, oh God, how do I? And to me, it's like this is what I thought, right? To me, it's like, oh, here, let me like paste this code here, and then let me say the toggle content, right? And here, I think, well, you can actually say here, and you can say simplify delegate, right? Yeah, so you can, yeah. So, I mean, we've always had AI. I mean, it's like these people are like, well, AI is brand new. It's like, no, no, no. You've always had AI. It's like you've always had the ability for Visual Studio, not always, but to simplify your delegations through that, right? To me, it's like we've had that for a long time. Um, yeah. Again, like this would, not cause a problem. And I don't know why you'd want to toggle your content. I feel like I'm ruining my code, but anyways, um, but yeah. Um, but yeah, let's just fix the, oh yeah, we fixed the error here. It should be okay. I mean, I don't know if but yeah, to me it's like, God, how do I do this? Try on web. Okay, yeah, so I guess I'm just some stupid optimize this code. Oh, come on, come on. Um, God, it's gone now. Oh, I guess I just say click here, and then I can highlight here to copy. Yeah, so I just want to copy this code. I'm like, oh my God, it was somewhere, but yep. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Concise. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So to me, it's like, oh, cool. So to me, it's like, how can I don't know what else can I say? Like optimize this code, like optimize, op, can I just paste it? It's already. Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, really? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, interesting. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. So, oh no, that's no. Oh my God, it's just like to me, it's like it's just saying you can um God. It's just saying you could just do this. It's all it's trying to say. You can make this a one-liner, which is okay. Yes, I get that, but oh yeah, I see what it's doing. I think that's all it's trying to say. Turn this into a one-liner. But I mean, honestly, I mean that's sort of the. I mean, it's great, but yeah. Uh, and you don't technically have to remove all listeners. Yeah. And I think what you can actually do is I've noticed the other thing too is what you could do is instead is just say button.click equals new button action event, right? So that to me would essentially do something similar. So you could remove this, but I feel like the all this, but this like doesn't do non-persistent, right? Yeah, so this removes the non-persistent listeners, and this removes all listeners. So this is like kind of I guess this is a really good example of, oh, okay, the documentation says it's non-persistent, i.e., created from script. So yeah, I mean, it's like, oh my God, it's like, the ability to learn and understand, is amazing. And I feel like to me, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like they should license AI and I don't know, instead of like, to me, it's like, it feels like you're turning over. Like, I don't want to paste too much code into OpenAI because I don't know, um, does pasting code into Chat GPT give them does give them rights to the code. Okay, this is when a file is just not through the cards yet. The answer right now seems to be an emphatic no. You do not own the code and cannot copyright it. Even using it all can. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's just like AI is just like, it's just such a, yeah. I mean, I feel like there again, it's like, but there again, it's like, that's an interesting point. But there again, like, because I pasted this code into there, honestly, in court, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, well, yeah. I'm sorry, court case. You know, we're gonna say if on toggle content not equal to null, right? And then, on toggle content question mark invoke, or no, well, invoke, well, yes, invoke, right? This, right? To me, I'd be like, okay, here's the court case, right? And then okay, so chat GP is like, okay, well, this, you know, right? Like, oh my God, that's not copyrighted by chat GPT. It's like, knowledge is not copyrightable by chat GPT just because you asked a question that it knows. It stole the information from Microsoft, you know, therefore, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, but the question I have is like, if I write this, you know, God, I don't know, uh, God, I don't know, if I wrote something like something really insane, um, God, I don't know. Couldn't even, I don't think this project has something insane enough to warrant me saying that it's really awesome. Yeah, so it's like, but there again, it's like, but that's like the same thing of saying, well, if someone, reading the CS file using C sharp, right? That's where it came from. And I like to keep track of that information, not because I'm worried about copyrights, but because I'm worried about like remembering where it came from. But to me, it's like, asking ChatGPT the same question that you could have asked um, Visual Studio. I mean, there again, like, yeah. And it's like you could sort of think about here like the GitHub and I guess they don't really have that example here on the GitHub, but they should. Yeah, I feel like they should have that example. It just because yeah, it's just but yeah, writing it out in long form. It's like this is like this is like this is like math. Show your work. Who effing cares, teacher? I mean, it's like, I don't care to show my work anymore in code. I mean, it's like if you don't get that this is what this does, you can ask the question and I can explain it to you. But to me, it's like I don't care. There's no teacher here. You know, there's no extra coder. There's no boss. I mean, it's like if I can use this operator right here, I mean, it's like it's done. You know, um, and there again, like to me, I don't know. But to whether or not that I need to say these are null, I mean, it's probably I should. But there again, like this operator as well is like, oh my God, this took over my entire, as soon as I saw that operator, it took over my entire, you know, I was rewriting code left and right because, like, yeah. And there again, like we were just doing that recently with, um, maybe a little bit more exciting here. Let me just remove this. I wish there's a right click remove function, but anyways, um, but yeah, so I don't know. There again, so I feel like ChatGPT, you know, it feels honestly like that people are just going after the money, and yeah, it's just going to be one of those pieces of technology, just like all technology. I was thinking about this recently, right? Like, is that Valve software maker, Steam, and this is just my personal opinion, but they went after people that were turning Team Fortress 2 into Source 2. So it's like their new engine, their new game library. But to me, it's like, are you going to their GitHub pages and stealing their code to make your own Team Fortress 3? It's like that to me is like the question I would have is like you're trying to take these people down for doing what you need to do now. Um, it just makes me think like, are you going after these people when you shouldn't? I guess the game engine 15 is going to be cool. Anyways, I don't really care about this anymore. But yeah, it's a cool project. But yeah, I mean, the long and the short is I developed it in 15 minutes. versus hours that it would took and for me to develop it with God with Power Apps. But I definitely need to, and yeah, I'm finding out cool things. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like, like there again, does Obsidian own everything I put into Obsidian? And there again, like if Obsidian lawyers like put that into their legal, like I'd just be like, really? You're saying you own everything I do because I built it in your software? And that's like, I would just say no, I don't care. I, like, my book when I wrote it is my book, and there again, people are stealing my book, sadly enough. It's like, wow, okay, but yeah, oh yeah, this is a project that we were live streaming the other day. But the reason I wanted to open up this is because I wanted to showcase. Just I was thinking about it, and I wanted to showcase the fact that that paradigm shift in my code is massively. And again, this project in particular, God, I don't know, right here. So like this is mouseable. So instead of using the private bools, I'm using the public bools. And there again, as the sets become more complicated, they go like this. Oh God, I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm having dizzy spells. Oh, I feel like I'm not getting enough sleep. Anyways, moving on. Whew. Guess I should end the live stream because I'm just not. Yeah, I'm getting a little woozy. I don't know. I can't take a. I don't want to take a break for 15 minutes or something. Come back, but I probably need to. No, I just had breakfast at like 11, and it's already. So it's only been. I guess it's been 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours, almost 5 hours. Maybe it's time for lunch. I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm going to do that because I don't. But yeah. So let me wrap up the stream and just saying that the technology to me is going crazy. First of all, technology is going crazy, and to me, it's like the lawyers and the suing and everybody's ruining technology. But if you can't see the point of technology, then you're just not the person to ask. I mean, I said some. I don't know who said that, but to me, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You're it's like bankers saying, "What's the point of Bitcoin?" I mean, it's like that's the stupidity of that comment. Is like if bankers don't understand Bitcoin, it's like I mentioned that before. If you don't understand something, you've got the money, you need to hire someone to help you understand this technology. And there again, like, I mean, like, Warren Buffett, like he's a trillionaire and he's, older and he probably doesn't understand things. But to me, it's like you have enough money to hire, you know, I mean, there again, like, go and say, hey, I'm going to hire you for a year to tell me what Bitcoin is, right? I don't know if Warren Buffett understands, but I don't think he does, but I personally don't know. But if he doesn't understand, and he's not a banker, but yeah, I've literally heard like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, I don't understand Bitcoin. It's like, oh my God, you need to wake up and understand, you know, it's like, it'd be like an oil executive, right? The Saudi Arabia king going, I don't understand fusion and fission. It's like, stop what you're doing. I'd be like, stop what you're doing. Go spend $1 million. Hire, go spend $100 million. Hire 10 scientists to help you understand fusion and fission. I mean, it's like 5 scientists each or whatever, and like where is the technology at, what's it doing. I mean, like if you don't understand fusion and fission and EVs and electrolysis and all this technology, you need to hire people right now to help you understand that technology. There again, if you're a banker, you need to hire people right now to help you understand Bitcoin. I mean, I feel like I'm a poor kid, and it's like it's the poorness that's stopping me from using the technology. I'd be using this technology left and right, and I don't know. I feel like there are limitations for me, but yeah, I mean, but there again, switching from a 19-inch TV, switching from a 19-inch monitor, I think I was up to like a 22-inch widescreen from Dell. Cost me like $500. I was able to switch off of that into a 32-inch TV for, I think it was like, God, must have spent $200 on my first one, and I bought in like 3 cents. and I bought a 50 inch and a 65 inch. Um, yeah, and it's just like to me, it's like that. To understand that technology, there again, like to go, yes, the monitors are higher definitions and better, but I don't care. I don't care if yes, it'd be nicer, but I don't care to spend $1,000 on a monitor when I can get a 32-inch TV that does just as good. In fact, I specifically bought this TV because it wasn't a high definition TV at the 1900 by 1600 resolution. I I'm there again. It's like I would want to buy a 32-inch, you know, high definition TV, but I'd want it to keep at the 1300 resolution because I like that resolution. It's it's a decent size for me. And there again, like that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, if this Vision Pro can't stick to a 1300 resolution, then it's pointless, right? You're going to have to invent so much technology to upscale, downscale, rescale, technology, then it's going to become pointless. And I feel like that's probably one problem they're faced with right now, the upscaling problem. It's like, I mean, there again, like, when you change your scaling to 125%, right here, oh wow, I'm at 300%. Oh my God. What the, what did I, what the, oh no, okay, wait, revert, revert, revert. Okay. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is monitor one, which is my 50-inch TV. Um, revert. Yes, revert. So it's at scale 300%. I didn't realize it was scaled up to 300%. Wow. I guess maybe I could scale it up to 350%. That actually might be much more helpful for me. I didn't realize I didn't think that was an option. God, it doesn't seem to. Yeah, yeah. So wow, I didn't even say anything, but oh, I guess I have to reboot. But yeah, but then I was talking about this is scaled at 125. I wish I could get it higher, but I can't. And then again, maybe I could. I don't know. I guess I'll have to check that out after a reboot. But yeah, this is at the 1366 by 768. But there again, like my 50 inch is at 1388 by, like, is that, what's that? God, what's three, feels like 380/40 divided by two is like almost, oh, it's 1920. Oh yeah, so it's at 1920, which is another, yeah. And then I feel like 1920 is 30%. So 1366 times 1.3, I feel like would be almost, oh, it's 1775. Oh, but 1366. God, like I don't understand this, but oh yeah, it's like 1.45 whatever. Um, yeah, difference. But yeah, to me, like to understand all these numbers, and there again, like yeah, there's thousand. It used to be 1024 by 768. That I remember that day. And yeah, but now we're up to 3840 by 720. But there again, like you have to apply a scaling feature. Like you have to apply a scaling feature on a computer when you display something at that resolution, you get garbage. My brother loves it, and I don't. But I didn't realize that. Yeah, my display there again. That's why when I guess I'm bringing a screen over. I guess I know. I guess I can't bring YouTube over, but bringing YouTube over, you can see that it's massive. It's 300%. That would make sense. That it's at 300%, and that's why when you do. And there again, that's a kind of a bug. I don't know if you could take an image that is over here and scale it, correctly. That's a that's a that's a Nadella, CEO of Microsoft question. Is that possible? You'd be like, I don't know. Let me go ask someone. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I feel like, and yeah, and then we're gonna figure out what to do. I might come back for another live stream, and try to work on something. I don't know. I love doing live streams and working on stuff. So yeah, and then mercenary camp. I don't know if mercenary camp's up here. Let me let's do this. Let's see who's. I feel like a Twitch. I also think I might do Twitch or something. I don't know. I'm not. Although I'm not really enacting my business plan, and I probably should be. Um, yeah. So yeah, here's this video looks really exciting. This person who I think recently I saw has a lot of like I don't know. So I started the AI. I liked his little box here. Yeah, it's really cool. And then he's yeah, dark theme and yeah, so I don't know, I wish I had time to go through all his videos. I mean, although how many this is my 15th inventory series, so I feel like that would be um a yeah, a problem. Oh yeah, and here's Orsted. Oh my God, he has a trailer out. Wow. Oh, this guy's crazy. Like his videos are amazing too. But yeah, I guess there's no. Oh yeah, and here this guy's cool too. Like he's like, oh my God, like what are you doing, dude? I mean, what am I doing wrong? I don't know what program he's using either, but it's like, wow, you are. Oh my God, I would love to take his technology. It feels like a Minecraft technology, and I'd love to take his technology and see if I can build a game. But yeah, I don't see any live streams right now. But yeah, this guy's amazing. Like his videos are yeah yeah like oh God, the procedural terrain. Yeah, and what he's done here. Yeah, it's just amazing. I feel like I should rewatch those videos too, but um yeah. But I feel like the problem for me is like he took basically Sebastian's, not took, but took it Sebastian's, which I've done a video on. It looks like, right? And yes, I mean it's not take because Sebastian released it for free on GitHub, but um yeah, it's this eco simulation, right? So yeah, and it just to me it's like you can see it's almost the same technology. Yeah, you can see. And I feel like to me if I were to hire someone, it's like I would love them to build that sort of graphics system and feel like and that's kind of what we're doing in our Minecraft series right now. We're trying to decide if that, I guess I should talk about that as well in that series because that's like this inspiration is kind of like how you basically build the mesh yourself and um but yeah I feel like I don't understand. I understand the core graphics, but I'm not a graphics, you know, I'm not a graphics god. They're again like paths and splines and like pan. Yeah. Oh, this one. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I love this. This is perfect for me. Um, I really wish I could sort of take this and make them. I guess if your spears were just perfectly aligned and I think I did that correctly, but we'll have to see. I'm saying if like you could have a 3 by 3 that was perfectly aligned on the yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, talk about Sebastian's like, oh man, like, oh my God, this guy's like a genius. What is that? Oh yeah, the neural networks with yeah, so I mean, there again, like a couple of years ago, this is we're talking about right using neural networks, and now we're up to AI. So I feel like that's the technology. Oh yeah, and his coding adventure. Oh my God, the chess. That's actually one of the things I thought about with my knowledge base is that's one of the foundational pieces is chess and how to use chess with AI. And my version of AI is different. I feel like than everybody else's. And chess is one of those prime examples of what I would love to one day build. I mean, if I was a billionaire, that's probably what I'd focus on, or a millionaire, or whatever. I'd probably like start with that because that's like a perfect example of the core concept about AI versus AI. And to me, it's like the knowledge versus you know the wisdom, or I don't know the understand. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get some lunch. I'm probably gonna come back and hopefully work on something productive. Thanks very much. But yeah, I hope the point of the video was technology. If you can't see the point of technology, then 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 I don't know. Um, but versus me, where I understand Twitter and Instagram, but I just don't keep up with it because I it might be cool, maybe awesome, but I'm just technology's leaving me behind. And again, like AR, VR, HoloLens, all this technology is leaving me behind. Not because I don't understand it, but because I can't afford it. And I don't know, X, I don't know. I guess Twitter's X or whatever, and Instagram. But yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah. Um, I guess it's partly me where I don't have a interface that I can. easily post a picture. I was like, oh my God, it's snowing here. So I, posted a picture of my cat. So they'd be on my Instagram if I could. Anyways, thanks there. Take care.